Hi, it's Peg, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please consider clicking the subscribe button and the bell for notifications, especially if you like the video content. Share it with your friends. But today is all about gel printing, and my friend Shell and I do a live show each Thursday, 10:30 Central Standard Time. And it's on Art Joy Sharing. We also have a Facebook group by the same name, Art Joy Sharing, if you want to join us. And we are following Birgit Koopsen's challenge for gel printing. You know, I'm not going to do every single thing that she has on the list for the whole month, but I am using her prompts today to get some prints. So I've already done day one. Day two is lace. So, or is it three? I forget. Oh dear. All right. So there's lace and there's masking. I think masking is two. I don't know. I'd have to pull up my list, which I'm not really good at having lists in front of my face when I'm working. Okay. First was the color of your flag, and I did a video on that. I'll try to put a link in here for you for that. I did not use standard flag colors, and you'll see why. But day two was about masking, and so I was masking things off with those punched leaf images. I'm thinking I would like some things for fall. So I masked off those leaves, and then day three was supposed to be lace, so I was doing some lace. Day four was about water-soluble crayons, so I'm going to grab some water-soluble crayons here pretty soon, and I'm struggling with these paints. These are some older paints from, where are they from? Um, Jane Davenport. Yeah, the Diane Reevely have held up really nicely. Not Diane Reevely. Good grief. Dina Wakley have held up quite nicely. They're a nice heavy body paint, and they're in a tube, and they're nice. Those tubes from Jane Davenport are lousy tubes, just saying. So just be aware of that when you get them. I've had to tape up the ends of those any number of times because they burst open. So I like the colors. I just don't like the tubes. They don't do well for these paints. And, you know, I have a lot of paints, guys. I have a lot of paints. So trust me when I say there are other brands out there in the same sorts of colors, and you can probably get them. Okay, that's just my opinion. Getting off my soapbox now. I'm going to go back to the challenge, which is number 5, which is no brayer. So I'm just going to use my silicone brush, put some color down. This time I'm going to grab some gelato and a silicone brush and put the gelato onto the paint and try to soak that up onto my cardstock here. This is just some cheap cardstock from Walmart. I'm figuring I'm going to make some cards or tags or something out of those. And yeah, still going on with the no brayer theme here, using that spatula type thing. And let's see, where are we in this? The next challenge is tape. Number 6 is tape. So I got out some micropore tape and thought about it, and it's like, nah, that's not going to work that way. I'm going to have to tape the micropore down on some cardstock and then, you know, get my images off, because what I want to do is have some strips that can be used like washi from the micropore. And then I'm talking to Shell, and I'm totally screwing up. So, yeah, just kind of, you know, not pay attention. Do not go look behind that curtain. Do not pay attention to what's behind that curtain. You guys remember Wizard of Oz? Oh, it cracks me up. So this was wet paint. It shouldn't have been going down in wet paint. Should have been dry, but I was talking to Shell. Having a good time. So this time, I'm putting my paint down, and I'm going to let it dry. And hopefully that will do what I want it to do, because I'm going to get that packing tape out. Here's that micropore tape, and you can see I can peel it up and put it on another piece. And just cleaning off my plate there, getting another color down. This is eggplant and kind of a pink. I think those are Dina Wakley. And then we're getting this eyeball stencil out. This is a mash-up stencil from Stencil Girl and Carolyn Doobie. And I like the stencil a lot. It's kind of a mask, kind of a stencil, and one of my favorites. And I am using that because the prompt for number 7 is trace. So I'm tracing around the image, and now I'm getting the tape out. Yay, it must be dry. Now I'm getting the tape out, and I'm pulling up that paint and stuff off of the gel plate. Geez, I can't talk today. Sorry, guys. Okay, so pulling that up and moving on, moving on. So we did the tracing, and now I'm grabbing some of that gilt. It's kind of gold paint from Dina Wakley, and pulling a couple more prints off of my plates because I've got paint, I've got stencils, woohoo! And I can just play and have a good time and forget all about, printing for what we have to do here, because, yeah, but we're not going to forget, because the next prompt is pastels and chalk, and so I'm going to grab my pan pastels. Yeah, I wasn't real thrilled with this one. It's very subtle, and I'm not into subtle gel printing. But, you have to give things a try, and that's what this challenge is all about. Trying things out, see how you like it. It's a way of getting you out of your normal habits and doing something different. So I put some paint down. I'm putting some pen pastel on top of the paint. It's going to act as a resist, and there you go. You get that kind of print. Now I'm going to take some more of that paint and go over the chalk that's left on my plate and pick that up. You see, not much there, but it did pick up and clean up my plate. So this time I'm going to go directly to the plate with the pan pastel, and then I'm going to pick another color, more vibrant color, and see what that does with the pan pastel, see if it makes a difference. See, I love stencils. Okay, number 9, guess what? The prompt is stencils. So I'm back in my home campground where I like things. Okay, I'm still struggling with the pan pastels. Don't ask me why. It's because I just, gotta get it to work the way I want it to, and it's not ever gonna do that. So I'm gonna have to play with that on another day. But the next thing that I do is pigment ink pads. I'd been given these pigment ink pads from Stencil Girl, and let me get a name for you. Hold on. So that is AnnButlerDesigns.com. If you want any of these pigment ink pads, which are very bright and colorful pigment ink pads, they are crafters, and they've gone out of business. So Ann has them offered in her shop right now for about half off, I think. So go check out Colorbox Crafters with the sale at Ann Butler Designs if you're interested. But you can see these bright, colorful inks, pigment inks on the gel print are gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at that bright orange. And then I'm going to put it back down and I'm going to hit it with that blue. I'm going to clean off my stencil on that orange. And then pick up another print. So that's 2. Now we need a third one, right? So I'm going to do a ghost print with some titanium white. And you can still see those pigments coming through, popping up through. So yeah, pigment ink on the gel plate. Who knew? I love it. one of my new favorites, right? So I can't quit playing with it. I just can't quit, you know? Once you like something, you just can't go back, right? So, and that stencil, my gosh, that's one of my new favorite stencils too. It's one from the club, but you know, you can join the club if you really want more stencils. Or you can get the different size one that's not part of the stencil club, and you can just order it uh, from Stencil Girl. They have great products, great designers, and they also offer special deals. Like if you order so many stencils, and you know, shipping price gets knocked down, and you get a free stencil if you order so many of one size. And yeah, so I'm just going through showing you the different pieces that I've done. So if you're interested in this particular challenge, we've got a copy of it in Art Joy Sharing so that you can follow along. If you follow Shell and I on Instagram, you will see our prints coming out daily, weekly, whatever, for this challenge. And also follow Brigitte Coopson's hashtag if you want to do, see what other people are doing with this challenge. Because gel printing, oh my gosh, it's one of the most fun things I think in the world when it comes to paint and paper and creating. Everybody enjoys it. Kids enjoy it. Adults enjoy it. Let's get painty. So here we go. I'm just slowing it down to show you the prints that I made today in an hour and a half on the live show. Those were the ones done with the pan pastel um, stencils, uh, tracing, um, yeah, the tape. There's the tapes. And without, oh no, these were the ones with the water soluble, the lace, and the masking. So I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure and join us on Art Joy Sharing each week. Thursday is our live show, and if not, you can catch me on the fast replay on my channel. So thanks for stopping by, and remember to be kind, love one another, and I'll see you again soon, guys. Bye for now.